What up, guys? This is going to be one of my transmission videos. I'm going to basically show you guys how to rebuild this transmission. So this is a t2t4 manual LSD version f20b. Same engine as that, basically. So what I'm going to do here is basically rebuild this transmission right here. We're going to take it apart, inspect it, and then that'll be the first start of the video, and then I may end up making another clip to add on to this one later on as I rebuild everything with the new parts and put it back together. So for now, we're going to tear it apart and inspect it. So first thing you want to start with is drain your oil out of it. I have a little drain bucket underneath the table that I pull out to drain oil into so it doesn't get on the floor. This is kind of my little work table right now as it is where I'm working at right now. I need to clean the entire basement and start working on my shop and stuff. Got lots of projects coming on this year. So anyways, there are a bunch of spider nests right there, but I'm not really afraid of bugs, so don't really bother me none. What you're going to need is probably an impact, some tools, 1/2 inch, 10 millimeter, 12 and a 14, pry bars, about it. That's pretty much all you need. So first you'll drain the fluid. Also, you should always inspect your transmissions too, like roll them over, spin them, see how they shift. Basically, do that whenever you get them. Reason why is because you don't know what's wrong with them. Like honestly, this one here, it's got a little piece broken off right here. I'm not really too worried about it because I have another case that I could use the parts. And if I'm not mistaken, that looks bent too. So this transmission's got some issues here right off the bat. But I do plan on rebuilding it because this is for the turbo EM1 Civic. Okay, so first what you want to do is basically you're going to take this plug out. I already had it loosened because I was inspecting that earlier, the broken part, seeing if it is damaged. And so the plug just comes right out. Drop it in the little box right there on the floor. This will be a little parts holder. So everything looks great on the inside. I already looked at it, except for this little chunk is missing right there. So that kind of sucks. While I'm right here, it'd be a good idea to take my 14 and my impact. And this kind of sucks doing this with one hand. I'm not going to lie about that. But 14 and impact, and we're going to do the reverse idler bolt. So go and loosen it up. Drop it in the box. Might as well, while I'm here, start loosening bell housing bolts up as well. I'll get to the shifter here in a minute. I should have done the shifter first, honestly, but the transmission's already set in the way this is. So we're going to go and do this anyway, this way. So it really don't matter, but it's going to go either way. So there's my 12 millimeter. Start hitting all these bolts. Right, they all got to come out anyways. By the way, it makes life so much easier having an impact. If I can get them on there. Alright, and one more. That's all my 12 millimeters. So, grab all these things. I'll just put them down in the box. In fact, I'm going to leave it for a second. I was going to move the box up here. Two of them are longer. That is this hole and this hole. Okay? You notice the difference in size? This one and this one are longer. It's just the way Honda did them. I don't know why. So normally when I have two hands, I can usually rebuild a transmission or at least have one tore apart in about 15 minutes or less. It's really not hard. It's pretty easy. Rebuilding them are easy too. as long as you got brand new parts to rebuild them with, or good enough parts. So you want to, first thing you want to do is you want to hit this little snap ring. I need my flashlight on. Snap ring, you want to widen that up like so, and it'll stay. The reason for that is because the bearing won't drop out if you don't. Okay, so I'm going to hit another little 14 spot here. Pop that off. Pop that off. This. There are 2 more 14mm bolts that have to be taken off. Sorry guys, I'm trying to use both hands and move the phone around so it looks a little crazy. I need a little tripod to mount my phone on. So that'll go right there. Take that one out and get this one from the back side like so. Come right out. That one comes out. This one won't make it past the post, but that's okay. Drop that in the box. Done. Alright, now that everything on this side of the transmission's done, I'm going to go and roll it over. And I will be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. So, still doing this one-handed. I did have to roll the transmission over. Sorry, I got the hiccups. So, now, if you guys need me to slow down or anything like that, I can't really do it right now. I'm doing it with one hand, but we're going to start right here with some 12mm stuff. We're going to take off the slave cylinder, which honestly, I don't think I'll reuse this one because they are like 15 bucks, so it's not like they're expensive. Break that loose. But I will reuse the bolts. Bolts are kind of hard to find. Okay, and the reason why I want to take that off is because it goes over here, the shifter thing, and I don't want to get it in the way. Just remove the entire thing. So there's the bolts. I'm going to go and thread the bolts back in there because where they're at now, I just don't want to lose them. So put them right there by hand. And this again is for my turbocharged Civic. This is going to be the full tube chassis car transmission. This is what I'm going to start out with. It's not as long or as short a gear as the Euro R is. This is a f20b manual transmission. It's actually got pretty much like normal H22 gear ratios, like Type S style gear ratios, but they're not as short as f20b or as Euro R. It's not as short as the Euro R. But this transmission will be great for turbo. It has LSD. Just need to get all the little bugs worked out of it. Get the bugs worked out as far as like the new case, because it's got a broken case. And this is bent. I can probably straighten that though. I'm not really too worried about this piece because it does move. It's just bent. And somebody probably did that. I don't know why, but probably dropped it or something before I got it. Now we're on to my 10mm stuff. Go ahead and knock these out. Ratchet's awesome, by the way. Get on there. There it goes. By the way, I've never been in this transmission before. I've never done any work to this tranny. I just got it. Since I got it, it's just been sitting. So I did plan on using it on my Civic once I get the turbo engine together. So all these bolts, 10mm ones, drop down in there. I do like this little cup though, and I'll show you why. So get all 4 of those off. Take your hammer. Oh, look, that's bent too. So I see that before I even mess with it. Just straighten her out. You know what? I'm not even going to worry about that. I think I have a replacement part of one of these. if I need to replace it. Yeah, because that's bent down. But it looks fine on the inside though. That's bent over and that's bent down. This has been dropped at some point. Well, let's see what's good on the inside, because I do need the parts. I can build stuff. All right. First thing you want to do is there's an Allen key. Take this big Allen wrench, all right, and want to break that loose. It's kind of on here. Yep, that's on there really well. I may have to set the phone down for a second. Oh, God damn. Alright, sorry for cursing, guys, but that sucker was tight. So, I got it loosened. I just got to loosen this whole thing out. You don't have to take it all the way out, but you do have to take it out enough. Oh, and inspect your gears too before you do anything. Shifts, looks like it's staying in gear. I almost feel like these synchros may be good. Reverse. But, case, problem. So, I mean, I could go the cheap route and use some JB Weld, some kind of epoxy on it. But I do have another transmission coming soon. So I do plan on at least just, if I got another case, I might as well use it, right? Good, you know, you don't want to not have good parts, I guess. Now, if I couldn't get it, then epoxy, or hell, I'll go find somebody with a TIG welder and we'll recreate it and rethread it. In fact, I can TIG weld really well. I love doing aluminum. Super easy. At least for me anyways. Practice. Anybody can do aluminum with practice. So, this thing's taking forever to get apart. Mind you, and holding the phone at the same time. Alright, so a couple more good turns here. 1, 2. Okay, alright. I'm over it. That's got to be good enough. Okay, so after you get that out far enough, the reason why that has to come out is so this cage will slip out right there. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's got to slip past that. There's a little tab here on the screw head. I'll take it and I will get a flathead screwdriver on it. I got to set the phone down again. You'll take your hammer and your flathead and you'll bend that tab over. Right? Like so. So it was straight. I could straighten it back, so it's not a big deal. It's basically to keep the bolt from loosening up. I guess these things had a problem with that. I don't know. Something that was manufactured that way. So we're going to go ahead and loosen this bolt. It's not very tight. Right? That's an important bolt. So we'll drop it right there in the little cup. That's what the cup's there for. So my phone's going to die, so I'm going to try to get this apart pretty quick. I got 10%. There's that. Take this piece out, just slides right out. That's that cage part I was telling you about. By the way, there's your gear. You can shift it manually right there to inspect stuff. But at the point where we're at right now, I've got a couple of these springs here that need to come out. Let me get this impact on this thing. Playing around here. phone's about to die, so I'm trying to get this video good. Alright. Loosened. These are your detent springs. They're springs and little balls. Do not lose the balls. Like, do not lose any part of it, actually. There's a spring right inside the little thing. The detent, and it's got a little washer. There it is. You can upgrade these to make some detent springs. Just put the, well, I could put them in here. A little cup. Keep everything together. All right. There's the balls. You don't want to lose those. Now we have to flip the transmission upright. I'm going to set the phone back down again. All right. So you pry in a couple spots and you get the case broken free. One's right here. You can tap there and you can pry here. So once you get that loosened up, now you basically lift the case, the outer case off. Do this one-handed here. Just kind of give it a little jangle. Make sure nothing falls. So if it does fall, you want it to fall in the transmission. So, all right. Everything just looks pretty normal. I don't see any real damage, honestly. No material in the case. So stinks like a diesel. They're running gear oil in it, which makes sense. Transmission. Okay, so here we go. We have our gear stacks. This is an LSD. See, you can see all the way through it. Limited slip differential means it's got posi on both wheels. I can actually inspect the transmission right here. So fourth gear looks good. Looks like fucking brand new, honestly. I don't mean to cuss, but it's just how good it looks. Reverse looks beautiful. Fifth looks good. Now what I'm looking here is that little spring right there. That between the gear and the synchro. Here's the synchro. The part in the middle between that and the gear. If that's flat, we got an issue. Now, what I can tell is everything seems to be rounded so far on fifth. Looks good. Reverse looks good. Fourth looks good. Jesus. Third looks good. Second looks great. First, it's beautiful. This transmission don't need rebuilt. It just needs another case. And so simple as that. I just change that this outer case here. Change that outer case, and this transmission's ready to be put back together. Okay, so simple as that. I don't have to really do anything. Cool. That being said, I can epoxy that piece, or I can go ahead and wait till I get my other outer case, and that's probably what I'm going to do. So that's just good to know. Peace of mind. So we inspected the synchro springs on this transmission, and I have determined that it's good. So at that point, there's no real point tearing it down any further because the springs are good, the synchros are good, like everything's gonna go where it's supposed to. I don't see any damage with the gears. You know, there's nothing right off the bat like that I can tell. There's no teeth missing or anything. Nothing stripped. So, I mean, that being said, I should not tear this down any further. And basically what I'm going to do is wait for another transmission. I have a parts training that's supposed to be coming. It's a M2Y4 transmission, and it has a good outer case, but the inner case is busted. So I need that inner case so I can put it on this one, clean it, put it on this one, glue these two, and this transmission's ready to rock and roll. There's no reason for me to rebuild it, no reason for me to take it apart. And this will be good for my Civic. And I know it is. I've verified it. I know this is going to be a good transmission. So, I mean, everything looks perfect on the synchronizers. There's no reason for me to tear it down any further. Synchronizers is what keeps your transmission from grinding. These have double synchros from the factory, and they're really good condition. I don't want to go any further on it. But now that I know and I've seen the springs and the synchronizers, then they're good. You know, I can just basically put it back together if I want, or wait for my outer case. So I'm going to wait for my outer case, wait a few days, see what comes, and we'll take that transmission apart whenever I get it too as well. Pull the case off it and put the case on here so that we know this one's good. And then since that transmission I already know has issues, I'll finish tearing it apart the rest of the way, because I may be able to fix it too. And I'll make another transmission video for you guys. So this is how you inspect a transmission. Basically, you take it apart, seeing what's wrong with it. I inspected that the case was damaged, but the transmission looks great. Like the gears look great. So me determining that factor is, this is where I should go ahead and stop and on this transmission and go ahead and get another case for it and put it back together. So sometimes things be like that, you know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just fix what's broke. So anyways, this is Brandon from Gswaps, and this is the transmission informational video I wanted to put out for you guys. This is just a start. We will actually build some more later on the next videos. Anyways, I'll see y'all later, guys. Have a good one, and Happy New Year's to y'all, and see you later. Gswaps. Okay, this is your little detent spring ball. It was down in these holes right there and right there. Put that in your box too. There's two of them. Don't lose them. I almost dropped mine in the bucket. So, alright, after we get the whole thing basically setting up right, I'm going to turn it a little bit here, and we're going to have to pry this thing off. Like, all the bolts are out, everything's out, so it's just basically prying in a couple spots and it should come apart. I'm going to get some of these tools out of the way here for a second. Stuff I ain't even using. Set it all down there. I don't want this to fall, so move some stuff around here. Alright, so basically tap on the case. The only thing holding it together is a little glue. This case is already damaged anyways, so ain't nothing gonna hurt it anymore. Oh yeah, also make sure your spring doesn't drop back in like that one did. Just drop something. Separate that. Right. Okay. Make sure that thing stays open. That's what fails, my 10 millimeter. Everybody always loses a 10 millimeter. Right now I just got to break this seal. I will return once I get this case off.